Brought to you by BlackMagic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. BlackMagicDesign.com, the Tonkawa Film Festival, celebrating short films from around the world. Tonkawafilmfestival.com. And by DeHancer. Use the promo code RABBIT to receive 10% off DeHancer products. DeHancer.com.
This isn't a film, it's a series. So there's a documentary coming to Apple TV Plus. It'll probably be on by the time this airs. It's called Mr. Scorsese.
Oh.
And guess who it's about?
The one and only.
Are you a Martin Scorsese fan? Being people who like movies and being from New York, it's like how can you not be a Martin Scorsese fan?
I think if you're not a Martin Scorsese fan, you're doing it on purpose. You're legitimately just trying to be contradictory.
It's like act of defiance.
Yeah. So, okay.
He's done so many great movies. So it's a 5-part series. It's going to be on Apple TV Plus. They showed the first 2 episodes at New York Film Festival, so I won't go beyond that. In this, we really kind of get to see more about his life. I've seen Scorsese interviewed multiple times. This is probably the most intimate interview. He seems very relaxed, and maybe because he's older now, but we learn a lot more about his life growing up. He was a Little Italy, Lower East Side kid growing up in an Italian neighborhood where there really were gangsters. And when he grew up, like movies like Mean Streets and his first film, Who's That Knocking at My Door, really just came out of the sense of reality, the reality that he was living in. And we hear from different actors. Of course, they talked to Robert DiNero. They talked to Leonardo DiCaprio. They talked to Cate Blanchett at one point. Spike Lee is in the film because he's a good friend of Marty's, another great New York filmmaker. I have to say, it's a feel-good, like sort of celebration of the movies and a really insightful look at his life.
Right.
The merge of the two, and there were certain movies that he will tell you that at one point he talks about King of Comedy. King of Comedy was not really his movie. That was De Niro's movie, and he kind of didn't want to be there, and he had a hard time with that movie. But when things like Goodfellas came along, that he knew that world so well, he had read the book and was like called up the writer and said, "I want to write a movie with you. Like this is and of course he made one of the greatest gangster pictures of all time." And it also talks about his collaboration with DiCaprio later in life and the things that they were able to do together. It's inspiring in a way because it's about a guy who is, I don't know, he's like in his 70s or 80s right now, and he still has things he wants to say. And he made movies that he wanted to make despite kind of people not wanting to make them. And like nobody wanted to make Gangs of New York. Nobody wanted to finance Mean Streets.
Right.
One of the things that's I've heard him say before, and it's one of those things that kind of makes you go, what? But Martin Scorsese, when he was a young man, was in a preparatory seminary.
Right.
He was going to be a priest.
Yeah, I've heard this.
How many movies would we have lost if he was, Father Martin instead of, Martin Scorsese? So and the real life stuff that you learn about him too, you're like, oh wow, he really, like there's people who go, I grew up in a rough neighborhood. No.
Right.
Like mobsters were whacking guys and leaving them in alleys and he would find bodies when he was a kid. Like it was hard, and for him to come from that, and then you also hear from his contemporaries, to hear from people like Steven Spielberg and Brian De Palma. It's just very kind of like you go, oh, that's a filmmaker. That's what a filmmaker is supposed to be.
He's one of the few, I would say, prolific auteurs.
Well, he writes with people though, but he's not a writer director in the strictest sense, but he is a true filmmaker who puts everything he's got into these movies.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But he's a great collaborative filmmaker, a great artist.
Look at the stuff. They talk about the way he works with actors, and he's such a wonderful actors director. Like if you're out there and you want to make movies, watch this.
Yeah.
It will inspire you and teach you a few things.
This is the BTRP Media Network.